just take your local high school, your program, wherever your son attends or you as a student athlete are going. Understand this, and I'm going to use the round number of 10. Typically, there's much less, but let's assume there's 10 seniors on a high school baseball team. Only one or two of those student athletes are going to end up playing college baseball. So when we do the math across the board, that's really the most important dynamic for families to truly understand. You're not going to have 10 student athletes in every high school in the country. Let's break it down to 5. In Massachusetts, there's over 300 high schools.
Yep.
And if we just take 5, that's 1,500 student athletes. The math, if we took 50 states, it just doesn't add up because there's not that much room in every single recruiting class. And so what we want to make sure that you fully understand is, one, you have to be proactive. You have to be proactive and engage college programs. And this is something that what Beth is asking is, what are the questions we should be sitting down at a table as a family and discussing? And the 5 are logistics, geographic. That's number 1. That's first and foremost. This time of year, it's time to really put this down on paper and say, okay, where do I want to attend school? Do I want my parents to be able to see me participate? So that's going to go hand in hand with logistics or geographic.
Yep.
So you have to have this threshold established. If you're willing to go anywhere in the country, okay, well, that opens up a lot of schools. If you're only willing to go within a 300-mile or 200-mile radius, that's going to limit the number of schools that you're going to open your search up to. But that's first and foremost. The next one is, how important is playing opportunity? How important is being able to be a part of a program? And that has to be on a list. So, for instance, you may live, I'm going to use New England as an example. And the 2 of the most prominent programs in our local area are Boston College, which is ACC, and Northeastern. And I'm only going to use Northeastern because they happen to be in the Boston area. And there's Connecticut and there's Rhode Island. But let's use those 2 schools. Now, do they have, an opportunity for your son to participate and play? If the answer is no, we can scratch that. The next area we want to go to is academic area of focus, meaning logistics, baseball or playing opportunity, area of academics. If you want a business school and that school is more of liberal arts or anything to do with the sciences, kinesiology, things of that nature, you're going to cross a lot of schools off. So you're going to find the more detail orientated your list is, Eric, the fewer schools are going to be, in total for you to look at. And that's really, at this time of the year, your transcript from the first 2 quarters should have been completed. And you kind of have an idea on what your transcript looks like, and your tests, ACT and SAT, should have been taken probably early November. But those first 3 aspects are going to give you a pool of universities for you to look at. And that's when the discussion begins as far as what schools you want to visit and so forth.